any image of yourself that you put in a social network. So I could download, one of them's called, I think, Skinny Pics. I could download that, and then anytime I put a picture online, it would make me skinnier. And literally, there's a preponderance of these kinds of opportunities out there for people to kind of present this falsified self. And psychologically, if you think about that, if I present a falsified self, and then I get you to kind of notice me based on this falsified self, then I become a little bit concerned about when you actually meet me in an embodied space and find out that I am not this person that you have been led to believe that I am. And it creates this psychological discomfort and kind of feeling of, where am I safe to then actually exist as the authentic person that I am? The way that I think about this is kind of as a locus of control. I add a little T to make it more memorable. But you know, there is a locus, a loci, that's the center. There's a center of the control that we have over how we're going to feel about ourselves. And we can either have that center of control be outside of us and say, like, I am gauging how to feel about myself based on how all of you look, and you all look bored, so I am terrible. Or we can say, like, no, the center of how I'm going to feel about myself is going to be inside of me, which is psychologically what we would, that's kind of a hearty, wholehearted person, has this deep internal sense that can say, everyone in this room is falling asleep, but I still know that I have something important to share, so I'm going to keep going, and people are going to wake up, and it's going to be okay, or you know, whatever it is. But literally, it is very hard now for individuals growing up to actually have that locus of control inside of them. So much of their world exists outside of them. And in fact, when I do things like ask, I have a group of folks who are kind of in that young adult population that I ask, what are the things that are most tricky for you right now? What's hardest for you? And the thing that I consistently hear is the hardest thing for them is keeping up on all the different social platforms that they know either could be reporting on them or that they are reporting to. They know that, you know, every employer is going to Google them before they are interviewed. They know that they need to be on top of their digital presence. And it's very, very difficult to maintain a deep internal locus of control, saying, I can feel about myself certain ways, while you're constantly being faced with how the world feels about you. I hope that makes sense. There are also apps coming out and development in digital spaces constantly that challenge this internal sense of self. This is the newest one, Yik Yak, which is wreaking havoc wherever it goes. Before it was Juicy Campus. Juicy Campus was a site where colleges would create a presence on Juicy Campus, or not, the colleges didn't create their presence, but